came over to film Gwynny and I have a whole procession following me. You guys, I'm trying to show Gwynny and you're chasing her off, you big jerks. My red chickens, this is Red. And this over here is Rhonda. And they're kind of bullies. They're kind of bullies and they like to bully poor Gwynny. Gwynny is still here. Her feathers are growing over her wound. She's here to stay, folks. She's doing good. She might be a Vinny instead of a Gwynny. We don't know. So she might just be a gender confused guinea. Hi, sweet girl or boy. We like you. Hi, you guys. It's Kayla, and I am filming today a very long overdue video, which is the Share the Love IG challenge video that the Cozy Buckeye and Stacy from Stacy Makes, or is she Stacy Makes on Instagram, or is she Apple Tree? Stacy Makes. I don't know. I'll link both of their things below. They created the Share the Love IG challenge to challenge crocheters to pick 5 free patterns that they have never made before to test out and share with others. So I went ahead and doubled the number. I made 10 things for the Share the Love challenge, and it's a bit confusing because I combined one of the makes, 2 different patterns to make one make, if that makes sense. So I have 10 patterns, but only 9 complete makes to show you. Does that make sense? Maybe I should just start out with the one that's confusing. Okay. These are very fall heavy. I have, of the 10 patterns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them are fall themed. So this is very much going into the fall season, and I'm just going to share with you what I think would be good market makes, what I wouldn't make again, what I liked about the patterns, and all of that. All right, enough talking. Let's just get into the video. I'm going to start with the one that's throwing me off with my counts. It's this guy. I made a couple little guys on a swing. I have never made a plushie on a swing before, so this was very new to me, and I am pumped that I did because I love how this turned out. So this is actually 2 different patterns. The pumpkin is the free mini pumpkin pattern by Crochet by Janina, and it is just a pumpkin without these arms and legs. I just freehanded added bobble stitches for the arms and the legs. I believe I did 5 loop bobble stitches and just made sure I lined them up on the outside of the body and then kind of in a couple stitches for the feet. But I wanted to do this so that I could attach it to a swing, which I got from a separate free pattern. So the swing itself is its own pattern from All From Jade, who everyone's familiar with. But she has a pattern just for a swing that's free on her page, and I ended up using this like 3 different times during this challenge, just because I didn't want to learn how to make other swings, so I just stuck with this swing because it worked. So so this is 2 patterns in one make: the mini pumpkin Crochet by Janina, the swing by All From Jade, and I think this is just so stinking cute. So I went ahead and just freehanded another car swinger for fall using the All From Jade swing pattern. And this guy I didn't quite weigh out or put it on correctly. I don't know. I think I attached the swing too far forward in his bobble, so he kind of leans back. But I freehanded this little ghost, and I think I should have made him 1 to 2 rows taller because he looks like a melting vanilla ice cream scoop to me. Like, that is totally a melting ice cream scoop. And his weight is off kilter, so his little chubby booty is weighing him down in the back. But I want to freehand more ghosts. There's probably a million mini ghost patterns on Instagram that I could use to put on a swing. there's probably a ghost on a swing free Instagram pattern, but here's my free-handed one to go with my little pumpkin. Those are my first patterns. Okay, while I'm on the swinging pattern kick, this is one of my favorite makes that I made. Now, I thought this was my first ever all acrylic project, but I forgot that I did make a hot pink yip yip in all acrylic yarn to hang in my car. So this is the second all acrylic make I've made, and it is the, I wrote these down, Low Sew String of Pearls Hanger from Blossom Mooncrafts. How cute is this? Oh my gosh. Okay, so her pattern is actually marketed for plush yarn, so this would be much bigger, but I wanted it to be something that I could maybe replace my Yip Yip with in my car, although this can't hold chapstick like my Yip Yip, so I don't know if I'll replace it. But is this not the cutest? This, again, I made with all acrylic yarn, so to make it a little bit bigger, I did add one row between the hands and the feet, which is not in the original pattern, but again, the original pattern is made with plush yarn. So, and then I think that's the only modification I made to the pattern. Other than the swing, I just repeated the All From Jade swing again, just because I'd already learned how to do that and I didn't want to try something new. I'm obsessed with this. I will say, I don't know if I'll ever make it again, even though this is so stinking cute and I think it would sell, but the amount of time it takes to make these with the acrylic worsted weight yarn, it was outrageous for me because I'm not used to working with it, and making bobble stitches down a chain over and over again with this tiny yarn, no. That was not fun at all. I don't think I would mind it nearly as much if I was making it with the plush yarn, but so maybe I'll try this pattern again and then compare the two, plush yarn to acrylic yarn, and see what the size difference and the ease of the pattern is. But you just can't get cuter than that. Look at the little eyeballs. I love it. I just love this so much. Here we go. This is my third hanger. I'm just gonna put him right here because he kind of looks like Groot. Okay, next, this is one that I want to try to maybe make in acrylic yarn. Okay, and another, I'm kind of going every other fall Halloween themed to like not fall Halloween themed, so we're going back to the fall. This is one I just finished today. So this is the Mini Magical Golden Ball free pattern from Blossom and Bovine. This pattern was suggested to me on my last video by Meg Crochet that I made the African Wild Dog. He's sitting over here. Meg Crochet 2023, I made her African Wild Dog, and she suggested this pattern because I was looking for more Harry Potter patterns. And this is the Golden Snitch, of course. It's not called that in her pattern, but let's be real, that's what it is. And I love this, and I think I would love it even more if it was smaller to put on a keychain or make like a bag charm or like a car hanger, if I made it with acrylic yarn. So maybe in an upcoming video I will show size difference between this with plush yarn, or this with acrylic yarn and this with plush yarn, so we can see the size differences. But this was super simple to work up. I will say I did modify, so I hate it when there's a pattern with wings and the wings are the same instruction for both sides. Because if I made the wing the same as the first one, it would be facing backwards on this side. And I hate how that looks, and I can't ever finagle it to make it look right. It just looks backwards. So what I did after I made the first wing, I made the second wing by starting from the last direction and working to the first. So like this is a chain, you start with this is 10 single crochets across and you work up to a 14 across. I started with the 14 and then worked down to the 10 down here, just so that this would curve the same direction as this one. This wing still looks better, but this I think looks better than sewing the wing on backwards. So I did make that adjustment, but this is the, again, Mini Magical Golden Ball by Blossom and Bovine. She also has made a couple Harry dolls that are so cute. I did not buy a Harry pattern, but you're gonna notice the theme with Harry Potter in this roundup. Okay, back to non-fall themed plushies. This guy, I'm so mad at my glue that I have. Okay, this is a pattern test I did. I have never made a Leggy Frog before, you guys, ever. Isn't that wild? I don't know how many markets I've done at this point, but I've never made a Leggy Frog until now. This is a pattern that I tested from @painting_giraffe on Instagram. She just put this out as like a free 1-page document. That's not the right word. All the directions for this fit on 1 page. It's really brief, it's not detailed, and it's quick to make. I am not, again, a huge fan of working down chains, and Leggy Frogs have lots of chains happening, but he does turn out cute. Also, I need new glue. You see this? My craft glue does not want to keep. This is just loose. I've re-glued it like 3 times. What brand of craft glue do you guys use? Because I don't like sewing the mouths down or it looks like a V, and I hate the V. I want it to be a nice little curve, and that works well with glue, but not when the glue doesn't work. Anyway, Leggy Frog by Painting Giraffe. Okay, sorry, my kids were busting in here, but so if the camera angle looks different, it's because it is, because I just had to reset up my phone. Anyway, okay, going back to the fall theme, this is my favorite pattern of the bunch, I think, you guys. Even though I have another one in here that's a close tie. Anyway, this was the quickest to make, and it's so stinking cute. You guys. Is this not the cutest pattern? This is a free pattern, people. I did not have to pay for this. This is so cute. This is the mini, where is it? Where is the name? Mini, no. Where are you? Oh, Chubby Baby Bat. It's not mini, that's why I couldn't find it on my list. The Chubby Baby Bat pattern from Naomi __ crochet. I always get punctuation wrong when there's little underscores and dots. I always forget those. Anyway, is this just not the cutest thing ever? I need to mass make these. I want to make more. I want to make some more in black and purple and light gray, all the little batty Halloween-y colors. So cute. I did make one big modification on this, and that is the ears. So the pattern does call for you to separately crochet the ears and then sew them on the head. I did not want to do that because I hate working tiny rounds. Like, I think it started with 4 single crochets and a magic ring and then going to 6. No, I hate that. So I just surface crocheted on with the pointy ears I do for like my cats and things. I did make a tutorial for that I posted as a short on YouTube. So if you want to see how to make pointy surface crocheted ears like that, I have linked that. Well, I'll link it below, but it's also in my shorts if you want to go check that out. I also just posted a tutorial on how to make rounded ears on a smaller crochet item like this, and on how to embroider a nose. So that's for my pattern coming out. This pattern's coming out Saturday. So anyway, be on the lookout for those guys. Let me get back to this pattern because I'm obsessed. This is super quick, super easy, adorable. I made this with an 8mm hook. This is Bernat Blanket yarn in dark gray. I did purple sparkly eyes. And then instead of doing the white yarn detail on the outside, I did gold, which I really love, especially with the Halloween coming up. And then these little fangs, oh my God, they're so cute. Anyway, I think this goes to my favorite of these patterns I tried out because, oh my goodness, I can't say enough. So there we go. All right, this is going to be my last non-fall pattern, and this was also a runner-up for my favorite pattern of these. And this is, and I think the name of this sells it for me, or is one of the things that sell it for me. This is Chubby. How does that name not sell you on this? This is Chubby. This is a pattern by I don't know how to pronounce this. Anako, ANAKO.studio. I actually pattern tested for her before. She changed her name. It used to be Anna Katie Studio or something. She changed it to the ANAKO, Anako. That's how I'm going to pronounce that. .studio. I made her Big Flower Chicken. If you guys have seen my videos before, do you remember the Big Flower Chicken? I'll post a picture up here if I can find it. And she put this out for free on her page, and I immediately messaged her and I was like, I need more of these. I need more chubby Pokemon patterns like this one, because compared to, if you guys remember for my A to Z challenge, which I will post below, if you guys are looking for a lot of different pattern options, I have from A to Z pattern options in that video. But I did a Pikachu in that video that's not this pattern, and I love this one so much more. The tail is so much better in this pattern than that one. I just love this. It is a little time consuming because you have to make the skinny rounds for the ears when you sew those on, and you have to kind of surface crochet on and then tack up the tail. So that's a little bit, these little parts are a little bit more time consuming, but this is so cute. I want a Jigglypuff, I want a Squirtle, I want a Charmander in this Bat Chubby style. So Anna, if you're listening, make more of these, make more of these. I think she actually just released a pattern test for her mini flower, like the flower chicken she made like mini versions of it without the flower, just like a mini chicken pattern. I might need to go apply for that test, but how cute is that? Chubby. So cute. All right. Okay. All the rest of the patterns I'm going to show you are going to be fall themed. So there's that. This one I'm going to show you right now is probably my least favorite, and I think it's just because of the way I made it, not necessarily because it's a bad pattern, but just I was struggling. So this is Charlotte the Spider by @VanillaGurumi. Hope I'm not missing any things in here. Okay, Charlotte the Spider. I have seen people sell spiders like crazy and love spiders. I really like this side. No, I really like this side. This is her, you know how some people like only want to pose with one side of their face facing the camera? That's Charlotte the Spider for me, you guys. So I did make some changes on this pattern. You're supposed to make the head and then close it up and then make the, this isn't an abdomen, head, thorax, abdomen. That's for insects. Arachnids just have the head and the abdomen. I don't know, this butt part. Then you make that separately and then you sew it on. I didn't want to sew, so I just made the head and the butt in one, like decreasing and increasing again. And then you tack this up so that it's kind of, you know, up like that. The problem I ran into was doing the legs, and so I made these legs first, these wonky ones. And again, this is kind of like the wing thing on here. The legs curve a different way depending on the side. So I think you start from the eye and you work back, which works really well when I'm doing the when I'm doing the left side. The legs curl nicely the way they're supposed to, but when I work on this side back, I'm kind of tacking these in weird. Like the side that I crochet down, I am then crocheting back away from that, so I have this weird flipped up position. I don't know if that makes sense, but I think if I would have started back here for the right side and worked towards the eye, I think they would have curved nicely the way these did, and then I wouldn't have been so annoyed with how wonky, because then I tried to like pin these and now they just look weird. I don't know, doing the legs on this annoyed the crap out of me, so I don't know. Will I make more of these? There's more free. There's another like free spider pattern that I have saved. Maybe I'll try that one. But I feel like the legs are going to annoy me no matter what. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, this is, again, Charlotte the Spider by @VanillaGurumi. I mean, he's cute. I love that there's 4 eyes on there. But I just hate these 4 legs. Maybe I need to cut them off and recrochet them. But that would just be even more annoying. So Charlotte, you can go up here. Next one is a pattern that released today or was put on. Do you call it release if it's not on Etsy? It's a free pattern. This is another pattern test I did. So I did pattern test the Leggy Frog, and this is also a pattern test. Oops, I wasn't going to show it already. Well, here it is. This is Pumpkin Paws. How cute is that name? It's like competes with the Pikachu for cute name. This is Pumpkin Paws by Faith's Cuddly Creations. And this is a no-sew pattern, believe it or not. All of this, the feet and the hands are crocheted right in the round. You surface crochet on the ears. You come back and surface crochet the little hat on, and the stem and the vine. So this is no-sew. And maybe I wouldn't have, maybe I think I would have liked this more if I didn't have to work with this yarn. Tell me if I'm the only one. Premier Basics Chenille Brights. Love, love, love that line of yarns. I've ordered many different shades from it. Love them all except for this one. This is the shade Tangerine, and it is absolute crap. It is not soft. It does not slide through. It's so difficult to do a magic ring on this. I have to do a chain 2 and then close it up. It like sticks. It's starchy. It is horrible. And I'm trying to use it up because I don't have any Bernat blanket, the carrot orange from Bernat. I'm almost out of that, so I need to order more of that. And so I'm just trying to use up the 2 skeins of this that I bought, but I hate it. So it made this not as fun to work with just because I hate working with that yarn. But so that's not a rant against this pattern. This pattern is super cute. I am just really not patient, and so making things with like little arms and little legs, and then having to make like little pieces and then crochet them together, come back and do the detail around here. Like I don't have much patience for all the little details. So for that reason, I don't know if I'll make another one of these, but I think it's really, really cute, and I think it will sell quickly once I put it in the bookstore. That's my next video. But I don't know if I will make it again because I'm such an impatient human. But this is from Faith's Cuddly Creations. Again, when you have really detailed patterns like this, it's always so surprising when creators make them for free. So thank you, Faith, for putting the time in to make a really detailed pattern for free. All right. There's Pumpkin Paws. Such a cute name too. Okay. My last make for this challenge, I'm going to show you in a clip that's going to preview my next video. So I did finally get my plushies into a bookshop to sell as consignment. I am getting ready to go down to this town. It's almost an hour away from my house to bring more inventory for them. And that's gonna be my next video, is gonna be showing you this cute bookshop and my setup and what I've got in there. And I already sold this last pattern I'm going to show you in this roundup there, so I don't have another one. I haven't remade it because it's another one of those where you have to make parts like this one and put it together, but it is a Dobby pattern, another Harry Potter pattern. So I'm going to insert a clip of me showing him while we're driving down to the car shop now, so I'll insert that clip here. Sorry, Will's shoe was coming off, so you know the world was ending. Anyway, okay, this is a free pattern on Instagram. What? I think you pronounce this La Mantinka. I probably just butchered that. It's at LAMANTINKA. Tynka. I'll put it down here at the bottom. But she has this, it's Morry the Elf, but obviously we all know who this is. And being the mega Harry Potter fan, maybe I shouldn't call myself a mega fan, but my sister is a mega fan. James is a mega Harry Potter fan. I'm super excited to put this in the bookshop, hopefully right by all the Harry books. But anyway, I made him. It's been like a month since I made him. His neck, she has in the pattern to put, she just says sticks in the neck, and she says ear sticks, which Q-tips, that's what we would call them. He has like 6 to 8 Q-tips shoved in his neck here to keep his little head from bobbling around too much, and they actually work pretty good. They work pretty good. So anyway, this took me probably a couple hours to do, just because there is different sewing and parts, but it's so cute. So, and I did change the nose. I made my nose more pointed than the pattern's nose, but other than that, I stuck to the pattern. I need to make more dobbies, so that's on my list. That is on my list to make. But while we're talking about Harry Potter, and while we've included the Dobby pattern and the snitch pattern, and I just did Hedwig for AQ Crochets last time. Did I do another Harry pattern? I have a new idea for a pattern that I've already written the main instructions down in Canva, but I need to remake it again so I can take process pictures and get out a pattern test. You guys. This, my friends, is Squarey Harry. Squarey Harry Potter, people. Here he is in all his glory. Kind of a SpongeBob shape. I'm obsessed. He is so. I was thinking about making this pattern. It was like in my head, and all night I was sitting going, how do you do general increases with a rectangle shape and not just your general 8, 16, 24, 30 or 6, 12, 18, 24, 30 rounds that you do for every amigurumi pattern. I was like, how do you do this from a square? And it was obsessing my brain, and I couldn't sleep. And then I woke up in the morning and I just had to make this. So here he is. This is Gen 1, and I don't think I'd change anything about him. He is going to be in pattern testers soon. There are a ton of color changes, and I was getting so annoyed when I was crocheting, because as I was carrying over the different colors, it just would like knot in strings outside of my pattern, and that drove me nuts. But it is no-sew. Tons of color change, a no-sew pattern. I do come back and embroider the scar, the eyeballs, which are optional. You could always use safety eyes in here. And the yellow detailing on the scarf, I do embroider. Everything else is worked in one piece all the way down. I took a stick from the yard and shoved it in his little bobble hand to make a wand. I love it. I love it. I love his little school outfit. I love his cape in the back, or his cloak. I guess they don't call him capes in Harry Potter. His cloak in the back, and I'm obsessed with him, and this is going to be my next pattern test. So be on my Instagram. I'll try to make a post on YouTube as well, showing like to let you know when I'm going to host this pattern test. But yeah, I definitely want to get him out by October 1st at the very least, to make him available. But Squarey Harry, he is coming soon, you guys. I love him. I don't like all his color changes, but I love his final thing. Oh, I embroidered the eyeballs, the glasses too. I forgot to say that. Yeah, and his hair. I guess there's some embroidery and color changing involved, but no sewing. Okay. You guys, that is going to be it. My next video is going to be showing you clips of getting set up and in this bookstore. I'm going today down to the bookstore. I'm going to be delivering Anchor the Octopus to his new home. Sorry, this is me blabbing, but last year I kind of was focusing heavily on markets, and I feel like I'm moving now more into creating patterns and maybe doing custom orders for people rather than doing markets. I don't know, because all my inventory now, I feel like I'm going to move into the consignment store, and so I don't know if I want to be focusing on restocking inventory there and making inventory for markets. That's like really overwhelming in my head right now. So I don't know if I'm just gonna, if I should make a shift in my business to move towards custom orders like this anchor and consignment stuff rather than markets. I don't know. I do have a market coming up in September. I was gonna sign up for a second one in September, but now with selling in the bookstore, I don't know if I want to do that. But by the way, if you haven't seen LA Crochet's newest, she just put out a little short or an Instagram reel with a clip from Happy Gilmore about her. It's like her talking to herself, her signing up for markets, and her then having to make the inventory. And it is hysterical. You need to go check out her channel and her reels. They're just, I get the biggest kick because it's so relatable. Anyway, Anchor is going to his home today, and I'll be filming at the bookstore for my next video. But I hope you guys loved all these patterns. Let me know, what is your favorite? What are you going to be going to save in your Instagram page? What are you going to be trying to make? What your favorite make was that I made. And thank you for joining me, you guys. I'm going to try to stick to my Friday posting like I was doing really good at for a while, and then I wasn't doing so good at it. So I don't know. We'll see. But thanks for sticking with me, you guys. See you in the next one. As we watch all the chickens fight over one piece of a pear, I forgot to say that I was tagged to do this by my friend Deb, Pocket Snuggies. She tagged me to make this video a long time ago, and I'm just now getting to it. And I don't know who to tag because I feel like everyone that I watch has already done this. Magda at Rosendove, have you done the Instagram challenge? If not, I'm tagging you, even though April and Stacy already have a new tag called Crochet Your Collection. We're just really behind. It's fine. Hi, Henny Penny. Hi, Peachy. Tell the people good night, and we'll see you next week.